Hey there, it's Walt. I think this is one of my very, very favorite weeks of the year. It's the week of the year where we get the gym back. It was empty this morning. There was hardly anybody there. You know, early January, it's pretty crazy. Everybody is in the gym. Everybody's on the ellipticals and the Stairmasters, and everybody's busily doing the classes, and it stays pretty busy in the gym until this week. And we had it all to ourselves, which was great for us. But of course, it probably isn't so great for all those people who had the goal this year of getting fit, of getting back to the gym. And of course, the week correlates pretty significantly with the research that suggests that folks who set goals, who make resolutions, or even set SMART goals for themselves on the eve of the new year, they usually fall off the cart. The cart goes off the rails by the middle of February, and here we are. And the gym was empty this morning. And this happens to so many people. They start the year with the best of intentions, and then life gets in the way. Life gets busy, like it does for all of us. And then the months go on and they get caught back in the weeds, and they never ever get back on track to doing those things that really mattered most to them at the beginning of the year. And this happens over and over and over again. It's just established fact that that's what happens. And for someone who's in the business of change, we're in the business of, as coaches, of creating, nurturing, and sustaining change. For those of us who are in the business of change, it can be frustrating and discouraging and somewhat sad, because we want people to achieve those things that matter most to them in their lives. And I was thinking about this video today where, I could talk to you about how to create and sustain powerful habits, how to dial in time management practices that would allow you to stay in the trenches with those things that you want to accomplish most. And then as I began to think about it more, I realized that that's really not what gets in the way. Sure, it's useful to have good time management practices. It's useful to understand the science behind habit and how to anchor habits. Those things are really useful to have. But the thing that's underneath everything, the insidious piece, the nefarious piece, the pernicious piece is something much deeper. And that is the want to. Sometimes people will come to me and they'll want to create a new business, or they'll want to roll out a product or a program, and they come to me and they say, Walt, how do I do this? How do I go about this? And I usually suggest that might be the wrong question. Because what's true of most of the people that I work with is that if they look back over the shoulders of their lives at everything they've done, what's true is this: anything they've really, really, really wanted to do, they've done. They never stopped really to entertain the question of how do I do that? They've just made it happen. It's part of their DNA. It's likely part of your DNA. When you really want to do something, you do it. It's not a question. You make it happen when you want to, when you really, really want to. And of course, what often happens in the course of our lives, particularly when we have kids and responsibilities and jobs, is we're busy taking care of everybody else's needs and never our own, and we lose touch with what we really want, what really matters to us. And when we can connect with that want to again, it becomes the fuel for keeping us on track, keeping us in the gym, keeping us in front of the page, writing every day, keeping us in the process of seeking out a new career, keeping us in the inevitable frustrations of creating new relationships. The want to is a driver. And even more than that is the deeper piece of why it matters. Why do you want that? The why is our rocket fuel. That's what really lights us up. Why do you want it? There's a rather disturbing book called Change or Die. It's an interesting book around habits and sustaining change, and I recommend it often to coaches because we're in the change business. The title is based upon the well-established research that if your doctor, God forbid, sat you down after, fixing your aortic stenosis or giving you stents and said, if you don't lose that weight, if you don't get that diet and exercise dialed in, you're going to be dead inside a year. The research shows that simply that phrase, if you don't change, you're going to die, that's not enough. Most people, believe it or not, will not change. It's not sufficient leverage. But if we can connect at a deeper level with why I want to be healthy and well, because I want to dance at my granddaughter's wedding, or I want to see my children graduate from high school, or I want to be fit and vital to go out in the world and play on some of the great golf courses around the world, or I want to climb big high mountains or run a marathon, or I want to just feel strong in my body so that I can serve the people I'm meant to serve. If we can connect with that deeper why that underpins the want, we become unstoppable. And so as I was looking around the gym this morning and thinking about the joy of having it to myself, I was also wondering what might serve the people that I care about. What might serve you as you think about your year, this week, perhaps the things for you that have fallen off the rails, and inviting you once again to connect with what you really want. What do you really, really want? And why do you want that? And when you connect with that, you'll be able to go back out to the gym or get re-engaged in the book or making the art again or out creating the relationships. Whatever it was that you started off doing this year, you can get back on the rails and make it happen. And maybe I'll see you out there in the gym. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.